So welcome. Thank you for the presentation. How's the day so far? Well, happy and not happy to be almost at the end of a full day, because I'll try to do my best to keep you awake. Let's put it that way. And yes, we're going to talk about what's happening in Pirelli in terms of digital transformation. I moved from Ferrari to Pirelli 14 months ago. And I was saying yesterday, it seems like 10 years because of all the things that we're doing. The company is very, very focused on transform the old company in a digital sense, from smart manufacturing to sensors to algorithms, all those kind of stuff. And marketing is a key element of the old strategy, because you have to consider that historically we've been a B2B company. Yes, of course, we have calendars and a museum you saw in the video. Exactly like our competitor, they have food and chefs. But the idea in general, and I know that someone will kill me back in Milan, is that the tires are boring, right? You don't talk about tires. So this company have built, especially us and our main competitor, have built this whole ecosystem of things that we can use to talk with our consumer. And that is becoming key, not just in terms of the content, we talked this morning about that, but how we can get them engaged with us. So in the half an hour, and then I'll leave it to question, I'm going to talk about the project that myself and the team, and actually the company as a whole, is approaching. It will be 9 months, changing everything in 10 markets initially. And if you remember the cover of my presentation, it's digital marketing transformation, but actually digital was sort of, because we are influencing and we will influence the way we do marketing in general, because all the things we're doing will be data-driven. Data-driven and being able to get the right consumer at the right time, pushing them the right messages. But then we will find out a lot of things about our consumer that are not strictly related to buying a tire. So for example, you've seen in the video, Pirelli is pretty much in motorsport, skiing. We sponsored the New Zealand team. We actually won. But then a lot of the things we will do in now and in the future will influence massively the way we do marketing, sponsorship, and all the things that we call traditional marketing in general. So, couple of numbers. Probably you all know Pirelli, but we are almost 40,000 employees around the world, 19 factories. One of the, 71 million tires produced every year, which is massive, right? But on top of that, the amount of investment in R&D, we are focused on premium and prestige consumer, Formula One. So there is, as I mentioned, a whole ecosystem. And of course, there are a lot of other stuff. Our advertisement, most of that advertisement is really iconic. We have the motorsport. Pirelli Design is building products together with big producers like Roger Dubois. We're putting our knowledge and our R&D together with big producers, for example, in watches and building watches. We have museum. I will invite you in visiting the museum in Milan, Modern Art Museum. But this was the main problem when I joined the company, digitally speaking. We don't know anything about our consumer. So we know from our consumer when we have in-person relationships. But from a digital standpoint, we didn't know anything, almost anything, a couple of data from Google Analytics. We didn't care a lot about the consumer journey. Remember that this was a very B2B company, and it's becoming a B2B2C company, which we care a lot about our dealers, but we are pushing new messages and new experience to final consumer, like yourself. And the most important thing for me, and this is part of the peculiarity of the business of Pirelli, is retention. Why is that? Because of course I can get a client rightly when he was or she was looking for, or she's looking for tires, then sell the tire. But then what happens is that I lose you. I lose you for around 3 years, 2.5 years, if nothing happens. So, and then every time you have to buy a tire, it's not like when you buy a new car, right? You buy a new car, actually the only thing that touches ground are tires, well, you're buying the car. Then when you start thinking about winter tires or summer tires, or you puncture, or you have, well, lifetime of your tires is gone and you need to change, it's not a very good moment in general, right? But then we sell the tire and then it's 2.5 years. And in general, we tell the whole story from scratch every 2.5 years. You know, Pirelli, global brand, blah, blah, blah. Well, actually, with all the content we produce, the content that you saw in the video and in the previous slide, we have a lot of things to tell our consumers and keep them attracted with us, engaged with us, not necessarily talking about tires, but talking experiences, for example. And of course, we are big spenders in terms of advertisement, and the whole project, one of the goals is also doing better advertisement and let's say to the point advertisement. How is that? What we did? We did a tender with big brands, big technology brands. We knew what we wanted. So the main problem was, what is the technology in the market that is best for us? So we had we choose one of these solutions. Actually, in the market are two big players, Adobe and Oracle. Google is entering in this market, but actually at the end, after a very strict due diligence process, we choose Oracle for the old stock. So we bought from a DMP to a new CMS, a new tool for A/B testing, a tool to manage social media. So we bought the old stock, and we are building that essentially from scratch again. Of course, we are we are still doing the everyday job, but in parallel, we are building a completely new experience for car, motorbikes, and cycles. Tires for that. This whole project will be deployed in 10 markets initially, from Italy, of course, to Brazil, to Japan, and we've been in the process of selecting those markets because, of course, we are present in 140 markets, but not all our markets need this. There are things that they will get, for example, a new CMS, a new A/B testing platform, all the markets, but the marketing automation part will be initially focused on these 10 markets. And why is that? Why are we doing that? Because as I mentioned before, let's take as an example our websites. Someone entering in our website, no matter how we get there, and we don't know anything about him or her. They see a one experience fits all. So no matter who you are, you see the same site. So if you enter in our property and you are looking for cycle tires, there is a good chance that you will see car tires first, because that's the most important part of our business. And so it's a one size fits all experience. And when they leave, we don't know anything. Essentially, we know where they're going, but we don't know anything. We don't collect anything about that. What we're doing is that, well, let's talk about the last part of this process, because we're already into that. So we start reading who you are using DMP platform, so data management platform. We bought the biggest one. So imagine that DMP platform, it's cookie essentially, it's 5 billion profile all around the world. 50,000 ways to filter those data. Right? Better advertisement, better advertisement when you are in market with the right messages. So if you are a McLaren owner, you will get an advertisement that talks about you because McLaren will be there, for example. We get people in, we move those people to our CRM. CRM will grow, and we will have a lot of attributes about these individuals. So we will move them from anonymous user, cookies, to known user. And when on my website, and every time you visit a website that asks you for register with Facebook, sign in, whatever, you're moving yourself from unknown to known, and that's the deal is done. And I'm happy because then the old content marketing thing will start. Email, automatic email, digital body language about what you do with our emails. You open the email, you don't open the email. You are more attracted by SMS or advertisement or email. We're going to track everything. So let's put it in our, let's say in our business, in Pirelli's business. So we have lots of first-party data, people in our CRM, and lots of our activity we do on our websites, the e-commerce we just launched, we have a couple of those. So first-party data. And then we can have meaningful conversation with our partners to talk about second-party data. For example, Lamborghini is 100% Pirelli tires. McLaren, same thing. All the McLaren going out of the firm without Pirelli on it. And we can start meaningful conversation about, you know what, I can get to your clients, but if we do that together, it's much more efficient. So we are having discussion with FC Inter and a lot of other sponsorship we are doing, and events we are running. And then there is this third-party platform that allows us to get the people in our CRM and working on lookalike model. So if I'm targeting prestige owner, for us prestige owner goes from Ferrari to Porsches. I can ask this platform, I want all the owners of a Porsche in Germany that are whatever in this region, they are in love with football, whatever, and push them the right advertisement at the right time where they are looking for tires. Otherwise, it has no reason to push them messages about buy a tire where you are not in market. Right? And we will be able to understand where you are in market or not. So, first party data, advertisement, very, very focused, and also in the life cycle of your behavior. Like imagine that if you are looking for tires, you touch around 300, you have almost 300 touch points. You go on Google and then you go back, then you visit the website, and then you go back to Google. It's a lot of work if you're looking for tires. So in that case, we will be able to see, okay, you have been on our Pirelli website, you were there about to book an appointment in one of our dealer, and you got distracted, and you closed that window. And the day after, or that evening, you are on YouTube, and you will get one of our advertisement. But not, you know what, Pirelli produced tires. Will be like, book your appointment, because we will know that you will be there. Right? We're there at that stage of the whole process. So bringing people to websites, e-commerce, social media, but especially on our own and operated properties, and in that case, there will be all personalized. So if you're looking for, if you are a biker, there's no reason for me to show you car content. So if you are a biker, you'll see bike content. If you are just looking for our good content we produce in our magazine, you will get that one. So we will know, and of course, the level of pressure of this, it's up to us, and it's a big problem in terms of governance. Because if we leave all these tools in the hands of sales guys close to the end of the month, that could be really a mess, of course. Yeah. And another platform that we just acquired, it's A/B testing. And A/B testing to the very extreme that I can imagine UK, I'm there talking with my counterpart in communication, telling them that for me a white background is better than a black background in general. And just doing a stupid example, we can run an A/B testing for a month all across the world, and then get real data, moving out of gut feeling. Real data that shows that in every part of the world, people love black background, but British love the white one. So we will be able to serve the British consumer with the white background. So everybody in the world will see the black one, and you will see the white one. So keeping optimizing messages and page and landing pages. Final goal is moving here, they're all anonymous user, but then we have content, we have promotion and a lot of activity, and also a better experience on our website will let you be more attracted with us, so you will more easily sign in. So give us your data with Facebook sign in, LinkedIn sign in, or just a form, right? And data show that it's 3 times more efficient, and we will do this every minute of every day. So we will keep adding people to our CRM to start another thing that is marketing automation. And marketing automation, I was already telling you, is sending emails, of course, and also understanding the customer journey, how they react to our communication. So I send you an email, and after 3 days you don't open the email. I send another email with a different subject. You don't open the email. I put you again in the loop of advertisement. All those things is a lot of work at the beginning, and then it's pretty much automated because also this solution are able to understand your digital body language. That means that if we know that our prestige or premium consumer reacts to that kind of colors, or again, just stupid example, the system automatically is able to push them this content, and dealer will be part of the game because we can offer them the opportunity to use this platform. There is a lead scoring, for example, lead scoring system that says, you know what, Charles has been on our website, he used the fitment chart, blah, 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 and then he was there about to book an appointment, just call him or send him a promotion, something like that. And this is the slide I'm more proud of. So again, we are a 145 years old startup. But what that means, we are big, with a lot of well-established division, and again, it's a matter of trust and building the trust between us as colleagues. But my job is building legacy, is being out of personal relationships, because one day I will go elsewhere, and the guy that or the lady that will take my job has legacy, has platform, has way of working. Then he or she can change whatever she wants or he wants. But with a company as big as Pirelli, but in general, being in Ferrari was not that different, and Ferrari is 3,000 employees rather than 36,000. It's a matter of one single approach. I spent almost 4 months working in the background to assess all the partners, assess the capability, and all those kind of stuff. But on the surface, I knocked every single damn door in my company, from financing to purchasing, communication, product marketing, sales, everybody. And we had a video that showed the customer journey, the ideal customer journey, and the CEO of my company one day, when I showed the other slide about that circle, I said, you know what, this is the video we showed you. And he said, well, you know, I'm pissed off of that video. I've seen that video everywhere. And why is that important? Because IT is crucial. I had the budget. This is another thing that the lady today talked about, the lady from Box told. The budget for these things are moving out of IT to the business, right? So I had partners that were talking business and experiences rather than technology. I'm not a tech guy. I do not really care about that thing is built. I know the experience I want for my consumer, right? So IT is crucial because then imagine our IT department is massive, it's big. So we have to be sure for security, privacy, that everything is fine. Communication, again, it's a big organization, very focused on a lot of stuff. They produce great content, and those content are key for me in that retention phase. So we are moving from, oh, let's do a bit of digital everybody, to being a digital factory ourselves and a content factory themselves. Pirelli Digital is the organization within Pirelli that works on sensors. And all the information they are getting will be part of the overall profile we will have in our CRM. So it's a lot of job, a lot of work. Because you have to, for example, build personas, ideal consumer. So you have to find the right schedule for 20 people, be in a room for 4 hours, 5 times. It's a big, big assignment, let's put it that way. But if you are able to get the rhythm of the company, not pushing a lot, not working on peaks, but just get the rhythm of the company and make it faster, that happens because everybody there understands the value. Everybody. Because the communication department knows that they are building content. Believe me, real great content. But they are essentially from gut feeling. They know that prestige user loves to go on St. Moritz. Yes. Now, we will be able to tell them, you know what, you are writing content for this segment, and this segment has different passions. They love surfing, whatever. So we are going to influence the way they produce content. Same thing for product marketing. They are super focused on performance or safety, and you know, we are, in general, there are 4 types of human beings. There are the control freak, the one that is care about everything. If you look at some of the study, we can be siloed in 4 different kind of human beings, and we can build content to get them and talk in their language. If you're looking for tires, there's someone that wants to drive fast and someone that wants to be safe. Right now, it's a mix of the two. What we want to do is pushing to Charles, if he's all about performances. And others, safety, and others, whatever. So, So, of course, we will keep doing this stuff. Great sponsorship, content, the calendar, taking care of the museum. Of course, we will keep doing it. And of course, we will keep producing content that talks about our product in the best way possible. The only thing that we are working on is that now technology and capability allows us to be much more efficient, scientific in some way. Being able to understand where you're looking for tires, and then knowing the type of person you are, and pushing the right content where you need the most of those content, and then funnel you down to an actual buy, and then keep you attracted with us over time for the following couple of years. That's the overall strategy that we are applying in Pirelli. And that doesn't mean, for example, in a couple of weeks we will publish a website on Pirelli Connesso, so our connected tires, that you control the desktop experience using your mobile. Of course, we will keep doing those kind of stuff, but that is the work of agencies. So I go to agency and I said I want the best experience in terms of visual, in terms of I want an amazing experience, yes, and they are therefore doing that kind of stuff. Fine. Us, we are also working on build the best experience for our consumer when they need it. That's the whole thing that we are doing. Thank you.
Thank you very much.